welcome back to my channel. It is September 14th and the day has finally come for me to submit my VMCAS application. I feel prepared, I'm ready, but I don't want to sugarcoat it. This process has not been easy. It's been super challenging. I've been anxious and stressed all week and I've probably cried like 10 to 15 times. I did have a lot of stuff prepared and already done before this past week, but I was missing a couple additional essays that I had to go back and write and edit. So shout out to all my peer editors who helped me, and my little who has answered every single FaceTime call where I've been crying or anxious and I just wanted to talk to someone. So I really appreciate it, and I'm finally doing it. I can't believe the day has finally come. This is my VMCAS dashboard. Everything's completed, which is why it turns green. It's like one of the most satisfying things ever when you have a quadrant that turns green. But the 4 quadrants are personal information, academic history, supporting information, and program materials. Like I said earlier, I do have a video of when I first opened VMCAS and I didn't know what any of this meant. But personal information, self-explanatory. One important thing to note is that your general VMCAS essays are going to be in the personal information quadrant. And then it says here, but I'll just reiterate it, all questions in this section are required to be submitted at the same time. So they do recommend putting it in like a Google Doc or Word document, editing, typing in there, and then you can just copy and paste onto here and you can save it and continue when you're ready. So basically what this means is just that you can't come and do one essay and hit save and continue. You just have to put all of them and then you can save and continue. So I honestly recommend, if you can, doing your general VMCAS essays before program materials opens up. It really just depends on when you open up your application. Program materials is the schools. So the schools don't publish their portion till typically around May. And this is based off this cycle, so I don't know how it's going to work next cycle. But the application opened up in January and the schools published their portion May 15th, I believe. Academic history, this part a lot of people find tedious. It's really not that hard. It is a little long, but it's not bad at all. You put in the high schools you attended, colleges you attended, and in this section specifically in colleges attended, this is where you order your transcripts. My Miami-Dade one still hasn't been received. I sent it by mail, but it should be, they should receive it soon, hopefully. You can submit before your transcripts are received, but it does have to be done. So transcript entry, this is the part I'm talking about that a lot of people are like kind of crazy about, and not crazy, it's just like super tedious. You do have to individually input every single course you've taken. So I actually didn't go to Miami-Dade. I took dual enrollment courses there, but because of that, I do have a Miami-Dade college transcript. So I had to go and input my dual enrollment courses there. And then here, so this is like the big one, obviously UCF. Pro tip, here, your first semester of where you actually like are attending and completing your bachelor's degree is where you put all the college credit you earned in high school. So I did Cambridge in high school, so I have a couple of those classes, and you put in like what course they satisfied. So I got a couple credits from that, ENC 1101, human geography, things like that. And it's labeled as CR and the grade shows up as none, but don't worry about that, that's just how you put it in. And then these are like the classes that I actually took summer 2017, fall 2017. You can go in here, edit, you put in term, year, academic status, and completion status. And then here you press add a course, you put in the course code, course title, subject, credits, and grade. And then this part you don't touch, it does it by itself. Test. I took the GRE, but none of the schools I'm applying to require it, but I just put it there since I took it. Supporting information. So this is where your recommendations are, your experiences, achievements. So when you go on recommendations, you can create recommendation requests, and this is where like you would put in your recommender's information. You waive your right of access to this recommendation. It's recommended you do that, but it's up to you. Permission to contact recommender, and permission for schools to contact recommender. You just click the boxes. So those are my 3 recommendations. And then achievements, you just put in like your achievements, the organization, issue date, and a little description. But the experience is, this is the big part. So this took me a while to do. You can see I have a lot. So you would go to add an experience. You choose from animal experience, employment, extracurricular activities, research, veterinary experience, or volunteer not animal related. That's pretty self-explanatory. You put your supervisor information, experience dates, and experience details. So if it's like animal related, it'll ask you like what type, small animal, exotic, things like that. And then here you have 600 characters to write a description. So this process actually took me a while. I have a running Google Doc, and it's just because I had so many. But don't worry about quantity, it's about quality. So I have a lot, but again, it's all about quality and not quantity. So don't let that hinder you. Okay, so this is program materials, and you can see all the programs I'm applying to. Again, I'm only applying to 3. Some people apply to 7, 10, one school. It really just depends on you and what you want to do. I originally wanted to apply to 5, but because of certain situations, that number turned into 3. So in the home section, you'll see like the requirements for that specific program. So KSU has a supplemental application, and I already did that, so I already submitted it. Questions, a lot of schools have their individual questions, and you'll see this. I just scrolled through because that's like my own info, but this is their own personal essay questions. They're not the same as the general VMCAS ones, and you do have to fill these out. Documents, they required a resume and then personal statement on here. So some programs don't have extra questions, or if they do, it's more like, are you a resident of this? Are you a resident of Kansas? Something like that. So some programs like really don't require a lot, others do. UF, I'll take you through the UF ones. They have like 7 questions. So here, all programs require this. This is the prerequisite section. So once you do your transcript entry and the programs publish their portions, you can go through the prerequisites and you basically match them. So some of them are in progress, and that's fine. So here, just to like show you, expository writing 1. So I actually got credit for this one in high school. I would go to my UCF one and I'd find the class. So here it is, ENC 1101. You see CR, I received credit for it. UF, I'll take you guys through that one really quick. So UF does have a supplemental application. I have to wait on my dad to send me some things for it, but I can submit the application and do the supplemental by tomorrow. I actually want to do it by tonight. I literally just have to wait for him to send me a picture of some things. So questions. Again, general questions, and then their essay questions. So they have 6 essay questions. The sixth one is optional. That one had to do with how COVID-19 affected your life. I'm sure that's going to be a general question for the upcoming cycle. Oh, so up here, this little toolbar, you'll see my application. That's like your general dashboard. Here are some alerts, and then you can add your programs here. Once you do like the little addition button, it'll show up on your program materials and you can complete their portion. Check status. So all my recommendations have been accepted and completed. These are all my programs. It says in progress because I haven't submitted it. And then transcripts arrived 1 out of 2. That's because my Miami-Dade one still hasn't gone through, even though I requested it 2 weeks ago. And the way VMCAS works, you can actually fill out a waiver for your first one. So the first one is 220, and then after that each additional program is 115. You can fill out a waiver and you can get that 220 back if you need it. I think I might fill out the waiver. I haven't decided yet, but you do have to like pay it up front. And then I'm applying to 3 schools, so it came out to 460, and I am gonna go ahead and submit my application. Before you submit, you do have to acknowledge that once you submit, you are not allowed to go back and edit. I have everything done and I've checked it way more than twice. So I'm ready. I am ready to submit. And here we go. I just submitted my application. So I'll show you guys the congratulations on your application submission screen. It's pretty crazy. I thought I was gonna cry because I've been crying so much all week, but I just want to say thank you again to everybody who's helped me get this far. You guys know who you are. And then if you're recently joining my YouTube channel, if you're a subscriber, thank you again for watching this video. Alright guys, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you for watching.